Though I'm not a fan of the more fantastical wuxia films and martial arts cinema, sometimes the kung fu gods get it absolutely right. Jet Li's 21st film and a fan favorite among many, New Legend of Shaolin, or Legend of the Red Dragon, is a martial arts masterpiece that takes its cues from many classics such as Lone Wolf and Cub and Shaolin Temple. It is a film that demonstrates the strengths of director Wang Jing and his storytelling, and crosses it with the fast-paced action choreography of Corey Yun. The story is centered around the actions of legendary layman Hung Hee Kwang, a martial arts hero who has been featured in many films surrounding events that took place around or after the burning of the Shaolin Temple. He's also portrayed by Chen Kuang-tai in Executioners of Shaolin. In New Legend, Jet Li plays the titular hero with a stoic calm that is in deep contrast to when he is fighting. When the movie starts, our rebel hero has returned to his village only to find it burned to the ground. He goes to his family's home and finds everyone dead except for his infant son. In a cool callback to Lone Wolf and Cub, Hung Hee Kwang offers the infant a choice, a toy or a sword. If the child chooses the sword, then they will join together and be a force for good. But if the child chooses the toy, then he is considered weak and will join his mother in the afterlife. Yikes! No Father of the Year awards given here. Obviously, the child, Man Ting, chooses the sword, and Hung Hee Kwang gathers his kid up and begins to bury the bodies. That's when fellow rebel Ma Ying Li shows up and expresses regret for leaving the village unguarded. Hei Quan proceeds to console his brother when Ying Li springs a trap. Turns out that he betrayed everyone in the village for the bounty on Hei Quan's head, as he is wanted by the Qing court. Hei Quan manages to escape the trap set by Ying Li using his trusty dusty spear that could very well be a weapon in a Marvel movie. He defeats the horde of soldiers that Ying Li brought along with him and left Ying for dead. Or did he? We now fast forward about 10 years later, and there's a lot going on in this movie, so bear with me. Hung Hee Kwang and Man Ting have arrived in a small town, desolate and without a dime. They go to see his brother in hopes that he will care for Man Ting, which he agrees to. But turns out that his brother is also corrupted and springs a trap on the two. A fight ensues and the father-son duo are victorious. Now a local rich guy who happened to witness the fight asks Hei Quan to be his bodyguard, which he agrees to do to avoid starvation. Just prior to hiring this bodyguard, the rich nobleman takes on a new fiancée along with the corpse of her dead mother. Unbeknownst to him, he's being conned by this woman for his riches, but Hei Quan knows something is up, so he is keeping an eye on her. Meanwhile, at the Shaolin Temple, the abbot paints a map that leads to the rebel treasure on the backs of 5 young pupils, just as the Shaolin Temple is being attacked and burned down by Qing troops. This is a nice twist on the legendary story, and perhaps is the reason why the movie is called New Legend of Shaolin. More on this later. Now back to our heroes, who are adjusting to the new life living in the nobleman's home. The two are trying to adjust, with Hei Quan keeping an eye on the nobleman's intended, Mrs. Redbean. Meanwhile, Man Ting and the nobleman's spoiled son are not getting off to a good start. The two engage in a fight while Man Ting is training, which doesn't go well for the nobleman's son. This prompts the son to call for backup from his former classmates from Shaolin, who happen to be the same 5 students who have fled the temple. Which reminds me, remember the rebel Ma Ying Li, who betrayed our hero at the beginning of the film? Turns out he is not dead. He now has a pimped out ride, super strength, and ugly skin, which makes him look like a Temu Freddy Krueger.
Oh, scary.
This guy is leading the raid on the temple and kills the abbot, who refuses to give him the map to the rebel treasure. The 5 students who are now hiding at the nobleman's home are now the MacGuffin of the film, with Hung Hee Kwang and Man Ting standing between them and the Ying Li-led troops. This movie is interspersed with lots of colorful characters, side stories, and even tries to force a romance into the middle of it all. New Legend of Shaolin is a great film, It has all the trappings of an Iron Monkey film, but with a touch more of the fantastical. It has a convoluted story at times, but it mixes with great martial arts energy and comedy that as a whole somehow works. The father-son duo played by Jet Li and Jay Miao are fantastic to watch on screen. They have an interesting dynamic, with Jet Li playing a serious one-note father/hero, and Jay Miao playing the loyal son who is equally brave and loyal to his father. The rest of the cast is also terrific, with many characters having their own moments to shine. Our villain, played by Cheng Song-yang, shows up several times in the film, driving his chromed-out vehicle covered in spikes, and presents as a formidable foe to our hero and his spear after his magical transformation. You get special appearances from Johnny Wang Lung Wei and Damon Yao Jung Yang, but the standout amongst the supporting cast is Red Bean's mother, played by comedic actress Dini Ip Tak Han, who steals the show in every scene that she's in. She's incredibly funny in her scenes with the 5 Shaolin kids and is even given a remarkable hero's moment towards the end of the film. The martial arts choreography is fantastic, as expected with the likes of Jet Li and Corey Yung being in charge. I'm a little bothered by the physics of the hero's spear, as one minute it appears to have a solid metal spine, and the next it's as rubbery and flails about as some bow staffs do in other movies. But after a while, you get used to it and just accept it as part of the fantastical. Overall, New Legend of Shaolin stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of martial arts cinema, not just as a series of gravity-defying stunts, but as a rich, entertaining journey. It is a movie that has heart, comedy, historical references with fast-paced martial arts action, and if you're blessed enough to get your hands on a copy of the original film with original dialogue, count your lucky stars. The American redub version, released as Legend of the Red Dragon, is terrible. And though not for everyone, New Legend of Shaolin has an Iron Monkey vibe that many may find endearing, and I for one have to recommend this movie by giving it 8.5 kicks. Well, that's all for now. Tell us how you feel about New Legend of Shaolin. Is it one of Jet Li's best? Comment below and let us know. And please, don't forget to 1-inch punch that like and subscribe button for more great content. On behalf of myself and DK the Cub, this is OG Antha Lone Wolf, signing off. Fist and palm salute, out.